Hey guys, yeah, I just got off the bus. Not basically where I'm at here because you would see the bus behind me, right? But that's not the case because instead I got dropped off at Eucalyptus, or not Eucalyptus, but Driscoll and Amy. Basically street, the street on that side over there, behind those houses and everything, down that area. That's where I got dropped off. And the reason being, and I'll explain more about this in an upcoming video that I got coming out within the week. Basically, for the second time this week, and I'm not trying to be mean about this, I'm not trying to be offensive about this, it's just the way it is. We had a cuckoo on the bus. We had a cuckoo lady or drugged up lady, whatever it was, mentally disabled, I'll put it that way, that obviously was on drugs or something. And she's just whacked out of her mind. Now, not whacked out of her mind in a way that's, offensive or anything. Not whacked out in that general manner, if you know what I mean. Not whacked out in that general manner. In that manner, if you know what I mean. It's just that it's very, very disturbing for a lot of folks that may ride on the bus. It's disturbing for me. Okay? It's disturbing for me. Heck, it was disturbing for a young guy that was sitting across from me. He was probably going to get off where I was, if not maybe a Burger King or somewhere close by. And he's like, no thank you, I think I'll get off here. I mean, he just looked right at her and he's like, yeah, I'll get off right here. Like maybe he was going to, like I said, get off where I was getting off or something, but he decided, no, I'm going to get off right here. And he did. He got off where, I did. Now, normally, I get off right over here on Eucalyptus if I have to. But not this time. It was one of those situations to where I was like, this ain't happening. I ain't going to deal with this lady for another turn. Because you know what happened? This lady presses. I'm sitting in the seat, in one of my usual seats that I sit in when I'm riding the bus, right? She decides to press her face up against, and so, not press her face, but basically walk up close to the window next to my seat, smile and wave, and I'm like, okay, that is weird. It's like, I'm getting out of here. It's like, my reaction was, get out of there, right? So I moved. To the front end of the bus, basically where you pull down the seat and you can sit maybe one or two people. She decides to follow and sit across. And then she's like, something like that, and she says, bye-bye. And then goes back to the seat she was at across from me in the back before. And then we get to the Patterson transfer point. We get there. She gets off like I get off. Well, I get off first, and the guy has to tell her, hey, you gotta get off. She gets off. Then she's arguing with the guy again. Second time. Arguing with the guy of whether or not the thing goes to Modesto or goes to a certain place, like Driscoll or wherever, right? And he's like trying to explain to her, this goes to Newman, this goes to Gustine, and then I'm done. So guess what? The lady goes back and stays on board. Okay, fine. Maybe she'll be dropped off somewhere in Patterson. Nope. She rides all the way here to Newman. She even yells at the guys who are, exiting Crow's Landing, does this go to Driscoll, does this stop at Driscoll and Amy? Okay. And he's like, yeah. So we get to Driscoll and Amy, And usually I let my former co-associate, co-attendee, at Walmart get off there, because that's his stop. And then a few other people that may stop there because it's close to where they live or close to where they need to be. Me, I usually wait to get off on Eucalyptus and Merced. That's what I usually do. I usually wait to get off Eucalyptus and Merced. That's what I like to do. And that was just up there, and there she is. Yeah, she was right there. So obviously you just dropped her off somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, I'm trying my best to avoid her, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just one of those situations to where it's like they got to be careful about who they let on to the bus. That's all I'm going to say. They need to be careful about that. Because, like I said, like I said, I don't see her right now, but anyway, like I said, basically, you got to be careful about who they let on, because like I said, usually, I get off at Miss and Eucalyptus, but this was the second time where I'm like, nope, I'm getting off on Amy and Driscoll because this ain't right. I mean, the first time I did that was when one of the newer drivers didn't know her way around at night when they should have trained her better, and I'm like, okay, I'm not dealing with this tonight because I was tired. So I got off on Amy and Driscoll, and so did everybody else, because everybody else is like, this ain't happening. This ain't happening. Anyway, that's what I did tonight. I got off on Amy and Driscoll, and like I said, the young kid that was across from me, he did the same thing. It's like he was going to probably go a little further, like maybe where I was going. But he's like, yeah, I'll get off here. He kind of looked back, like he said, and it's like, yeah, I'll get off here. And that's what he did. And look, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. It's just, buses, or any means of transportation, buses, trains, planes, any means of transportation, needs to be careful about who they let onto their bus. They need to be careful about that. Or they need to be careful about who they let onto the, onto the train or onto the plane or even the boat or whatever, because, you don't know if they're drugged up. You don't know if they're mentally disabled, that they need help. I don't know. And again, I'm not trying to be mean or offensive. I've dealt with a disability my whole life, thanks to the Hirschhorn's disease that, almost took my life when I was a young baby. I've dealt with disabilities my whole life. People said I used to have ADHD, and maybe I still do in a sense, but the thing is, at least I got help. And that's what these people need to get. And again, I'm not trying to be mean or offensive or anything. I'm just speaking it like it is. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm not trying to be mean or offensive. I'm just saying it like it is. And, something needs to be done. I mean, I guarantee you that the bus driver I take at 3:45 or 3:56, whenever she comes, would have never never let that lady board. Never. She would have never let that lady board. Period. And you know why? Because she wouldn't want to deal with it. I mean, I'll give you a good example. And I think I mentioned this in my upcoming shooting straight video, which I've yet to number because I don't know what number that's going to be. You know, she basically, when we got to Turlock transfer station, you know, saw one of those, I guess, drugged up, mentally disabled people, ladies. And, you know, even though she acted like she was going to say, okay, no problem, I'll take you. As soon as the lady went to go, I guess, use the facility or get a ticket or something like that, the bus driver, this is the same bus driver I've rode with for 6 years, you know, shut the door, started up the engine, and it's like, I ain't dealing with that today, and took off. And that is what any person, whether it's, you know, bus transportation, whether that's Ubers, Lyfts, whether that's, you know, trains, whether that's planes, for example, what they need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is they need to basically say, no, I'm not letting you board because I don't need trouble. I don't need people complaining. And look, again, I'm not trying to be mean or offensive. I get that the lady needs help. She needs prayer. There's no doubt. But this needs to stop. Because if it's not me that she's going to bug or get on the nerves of, it's going to be the wrong person. And when that happens, that's not going to be good. It's not. I mean, I had a good day today. Yeah, I had to do carts for at least about 30-something minutes because the other guy was on lunch. And I sweated, you know, more than I normally would. Maybe because I was out in the heat. But the point is, I had a good day. And I did not need it to end like that. I did not. I mean, I had one person complain to me because, well, I gave the daughter a sticker. Something I normally and everybody else in my job normally does. Is that a problem? Heck, even the manager, she has the same name as my mom, was confused by that, but she had to say, hey, you know, you got to watch it. You know, she's like, you know, you got to watch it, and it's like, you know, besides that, I had a good day, and this was not the way I wanted to end it, you know. It's not the way I wanted to end it, period. You know, with this kind of, you know, situation. It's not the way I wanted to end it. But again, I understand she needs help, she needs prayer. But I think bus services or transportation services of any kind need to make a ruling that unless you're accompanied by somebody that's like your social worker or your helper, you cannot board any kind of transportation vehicle because of your mental disability. And that's about it. That's about it. But besides that, I had a good day, and the rest of the day, and now I'm going to go home and rest, and probably rest tomorrow and rest for most of the rest of the week as well, because I got at least 5 days to rest before I go to work, and hopefully I don't have to deal with this again with my schedule the way it is upcoming. But until then, guys, I'll talk to you later.